Rodrigo Bento Medeiros and Matías Ferraz, who caused the biggest upset of the week this morning when they beat Bogdan Marejovic and Nikola Mitro, the Serbian, all-conquering Serbian, who were bidding for their 4th title in a World Championships in the 6th event. They've only entered 5, but it wasn't to be. It was to be the Brazilians prevailing, and that's the way they got to the showpiece event. So let's welcome the referee from Poland, Marcin Sida. Sat next to Marcin on the bus the other day, making a hasty getaway this evening. He had to bring his suitcase with him. One of the most highly accomplished officials in the game. And first into the arena from the players are the Brazilians, nominally the home team. Rodrigo Bento Medeiros and Matías Ferraz. Young, improving team. Can be a commentator's nightmare at times to separate them from distance, 23 and 22 years of age. More experienced, Banyik in action for the 2nd time today, and Katz follows him into the arena. First ever World Championship final for Katz. Chaba's been here many times before, already has 2 gold medals from World Championships, won this event back in 2019. The first World Championships ever held featured just open category singles and doubles. Hungary won the first singles, Romania won the first doubles. Then it was on to Reims in France, 2018. In 2019 it was expanded to have a mixed doubles. And then after the cancellation of 2020 due to COVID, 21 and 22 saw the current format with mixed doubles and separate categories for wins and men's singles and doubles. Meet the players' time. Well, Rodrigo and Matías performed miracles this morning, played really well, yet to drop a set this week. Only ranked 20 as you see in men's doubles against Chaba, ranked number 2 in the world, the one who separates the 2 Serbs. The 1 and 3 ranked players in the world are not here, and Katz, so underrated, the perfect foil for Banyik. Well, Hungary's last chance of striking gold, and they will start favourites for this one, I imagine. But the way these 2 fairly young men have been performing, I say fairly because we had the 18-year-old Pole in action earlier, but they have not quite burst onto the scene. They've been threatening to do this for a while, but surprised many by getting past the top seeds, the seemingly almost unbeatable Serbs in the semi. Banyik quite a way off of that first serve. If you were with us earlier, you'll have seen him in the bronze medal match in the mixed doubles. You'll have a good idea of his serve, and if you're a regular Teqball, as I know many of you are watching around the world, oh, what about that second serve? Just absolutely took the Brazilian by surprise, and all he could do was catch the ball. Didn't have him down as a goalkeeper. That's better. Great energy. You can tell straight away, can't you? But Banyik's right back at them with a good smash. Brilliantly repelled though. Is he over halfway? Gone to the edge ball anyway, probably not worth an appeal. I'm slightly off centre in this commentary position, and we have a camera fixed right on the line. 1 appeal allowed by each side at some point in the final. Doesn't have to be used, of course, but no more than 1 unless you're successful with your first, in which case you retain the VAR appeal. Well, Chaba's second serve was the winner the last time we tried it. Oh, it's a double fault. Clipped the net, I didn't see that, but Martin's eagle eyes picked it up. He wins a lot on serve, but he does concede a couple of faults here and there, and this is possibly, it's a turnaround. I was going to say it was a serve that seemed to put them on top, but how they rescued that from, 2 meters inside the opposition territory, had to be brought back Just impossible to defend that. It was so low, flicked the net and died and didn't bounce up. He needed that one, didn't he? Doesn't want to be broken on serve. Managed to rescue it and hold 2-2 on serve. Such a fearsome serve, so low. Katz awaiting. Very, very good all-round player. Katz does also have a real opportunity and a real threat in an attacking sense, but mainly used as the foil and set up perfect for Banyik, just like that. Well, we saw yesterday a lot of Brazilians in this audience. Wherever you go around the world, there are Brazilian expats so passionate about sport. A lot of Brazilian flags here as well. But just silence momentarily there. You could hear a pin drop. Players waiting as you watch the replay. Both play for the Floripa Teqball club. Lined up again, perfectly set up, but couldn't demolish it with the first touch. Good, powerful header. Really, I know it's something commentators say so often, that he leaps like a salmon, but he really does spring up with such height. Well, Medeiros, just look at not just the height, but the control he gets on it and the power he gets from that height to head down. Side ball, you lose the point. Had it been judged an edge ball, you would have replayed the point. That's doing the defending, using the shoulder, good ingenuity, but still can't be put away by Banyik, but the layup not good enough there. Bit of complaint from Medeiros to his partner Ferraz. Ferraz, a junior partner, 22 years of age. Already won 3 career titles, but not a huge type. Oh, that's just gorgeous to watch. They call it Teqball for a reason. Technically it was brilliant, and so's that. Great mix of the heading game. And a smash from Banyik even gets over the Brazilians' defences. Yeah, you milked the moment, Chaba. Anything those ties can do, I can do better, he says. But look at the way that was beautifully controlled. But there's the winning shot. Almost got there even then. Incredible athleticism. I bet those two made good gymnasts when they were younger as well, but I was going to say gymnastics not as popular as football. They've got a very good men's team now, actually, in Brazil. Gymnastics. But it doesn't have the glamour. And you don't have people practicing it on the Copacabana or Ipanema. It's going to be beyond the halfway line. That might be an illegal attack anyway, is it? No, yeah, it is. Called by the referee down below me. Now, will they appeal? Goes to 7-3 then. Now, this is the off-centre view. My initial reaction watching was that it was illegal. They've not appealed it, and they've accepted the verdict. They've saved their appeal, and I think that's the right decision. 7-3. Strange one, really, isn't it? Because I don't know about you, but watching this, you kind of feel that the Brazilians have the energy and the momentum, and then you look at the score. How does that happen? 7-3? They're losing? Yeah, another mistake. That was a poor error, and it might have hurt. Did he touch the table? It looked like he changed his mind there. Frustration for Medeiros and Ferraz. Nice layup. Gone back to the left footer and brilliantly hit. Looked like it wasn't a perfect layup, but Ferraz wasn't to be put off. Look here, the layup was a little bit behind and he just had to take a step back into his own territory there. Full stretch, but look at the control on that. Technically brilliant. And they need a few more of those. Could do with the first serves in. World Championship final. Men's doubles. Second serve from Ferraz, good hit. Oh, great defence, super stuff. Gets the chest back. Look at where Katz was, beyond halfway. It's the style they play, just to get a bit more momentum on the ball coming back. If you sit just inside your own half, you can't get quite as much on the ball, and your teammate needs to put even more on it. If it's coming back at you at a fair rate of knots, you can use that with your timing to make it a little bit more competitive, and it's something they've learned and something they've utilised well as a pair. Sets himself up here. Yeah, good. Out of the arena. He's not injured. Just a bit of injured pride, maybe. Ferraz. So 10-4. It's continuing to be a strange one. It's the more spectacular and movement is coming from the Brazilians, but it's ineffective. Excellent defence from Banyik and Katz, and they're taking their opportunities and making way fewer mistakes like that. Not costly in itself, a first serve miss. Maybe the semi-final took it out of them, the win over the top seeds. 8 and 10, they beat them in straight sets. Was that an edge ball? Don't think. Oh, he's got it, got the decision. Well, they could appeal that if they wanted, but probably not worth it. If it hits the side, he loses the point. If it hits the edge, it's a replay of the point. So we are replaying. Stays 10-4 or 4-10 with Ferraz and Medeiros serving. As this time a little safe, a little too cautious really. Oh, lovely. Took the pace off, guided it a little wider, saw where the two players were and bypassed the opponents to set up set points. Hungarian team looking content, not over animated. Chava tends to be quite animated when things are going his way.
Second service.
Dyed the hair and dyed the moustache as well. Bats for glory. And Katz has done it. No way back for the Brazilians from that point or in this set. As I said right at the start, such a good foil for the outright power of Banyik. And so many people forget just what a good attacker he is. And so when Chava's receiving, Ferraz takes on the mantle of the attacker. And they have really demolished their opponents in that set. Ran away with it in the end. It was 2-2 earlier on. It finishes 12-4 with a winning strike coming from Katz. Won the European Games gold in Krakow. Katz and Banyik. And their partnership has been so successful. They've won an astonishing 97+% of their matches, losing only twice. In a phenomenal year again for them. There were those that questioned why on earth Banyik would want to split with Adam Blažević, but they went their separate ways. And Blažević hasn't quite maintained the standard that he set, particularly in the singles, but also the doubles. Hasn't been the force that he was, but Chava's stayed at the top of the tree. Blažević working really hard to get back in to that sort of elite company. Well, 3 countries represented in the finals in the doubles today. We've had 1 gold for Thailand, 1 defeat for Hungary. Can they make sure they end the day with a gold as well? Looking good at the moment, but judged that one. Struck it a little early, didn't bring the ball down. A fresh haircut for the big occasion, the World Championship final. Katz. 25-year-old playing in his first ever World Championship final, Katz, but it's been on the card a while with that sort of hitting, but great defence. What a chest that is from a long way away. Again, back into enemy territory. Banyik stays just the right side of halfway. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. He can't. No, he can't. Not quite. Great rally Great defence, but as has been the case throughout this match, they're performing so well and heroically, the Brazilian pairing, but just not quite enough. There was no way he could get that. Eyes on the ball. But just couldn't get the shoulder onto the table. Katz hitting hard, hitting long. Opponents were too near the table. Great start to the set. 3 points in the first 4 service batch. Ferraz turned to try to repel the Banyik serve. There's almost no way he can play the next touch in the rally if they only play 2 touches. He's so far out of position with his follow through. The leg is whirling away. It just takes him at least 2, sometimes 3 steps to recover his balance. Shouldn't be quite as much in second serve, but it's almost like a first serve, and it goes into the net. And like the first serve on this occasion, it's a fault. You know what a double fault means. Same in most sports that have a serving system.
Second service.
Saw the serving percentage in, not really high enough from either of them really. And that's a disappointment when you're so near the table, even though it's come from a high place. Ferraz should be making that count. You can't tell them apart if you do get a close-up. Ferraz with the moustache. A little harder to see, now it's blonde.
First service. Edge ball.
Well, they started the day, the Brazilian team, entering the semi-finals of the World Championships for the 3rd successive year, and that's a super feat of consistency. In 2022, just over 12 months ago in Nuremberg, Germany, this pairing lost to Mitro Marojevic, and everyone expected the same again today, but it wasn't to be. In 2021, in Gliwice in Poland, they lost to the Romanians Georgiak and Ilyesh, and they might be on the receiving end today, but at least they'll have upgraded from semi-finalists to finalists. Looking very good for the Hungarian pairing now. A setup of 5-2 in the second. Each time they lost their semi-final previously, the Brazilians in the World Championship, they lost their bronze playoff match as well. In 2021, they lost their playoff match to Blažević, and this man about to kick the ball now, Banyik, already had success against the Brazilians in the World Championship. They're employing the Hungarian tactic there to good effect. Got onto the opponents, half of the table. Went into enemy territory for the pullback, and it's set up nicely for the winning header from Matthias Ferraz. It's the best place to hit the ball, just on the latter part of the table on the curve. Helps it swiftly go down instead of bouncing up and giving fractions of a second more time. It's a very, very technical sport. That's why it's Teqball. Banyik. Nothing too technical about that. Biff, bash, bosh. 6-3, second set, a set to the good. The first set was 12-4. A little bit too one-sided, a bit more so than we expected. Made the Hungarians clear favourites, as I said, but Brazilians have just not performed at their best so far. It's 2022 when Blažević and Banyik went their separate ways. Seems like longer ago. So much accomplished by Banyik. Not just a big hitter, it was really good defence there. Good chest. Had to be played with a different part of the body, the last touch. And they're waiting for the... Yeah, they do get the point. Marcin, the referee from Poland, Marcin Shida, just delayed there, just checked with his assistant whether there was any hint of an edge ball. It was on the far side of the table. But the rally does not have to be replayed. The point goes to Poland, to Hungary rather, 5 points away now from sealing the gold medal and the trophy. Second of the 3 doubles finals today. We started with the semi-finals, then the bronze matches. Banyik again with a big one. Oh, just feel that's a little bit naive. You know that Chavez is going to hit the big one. Need to be able to make that distance back. It wasn't too high. He could have at least got a boot on it. In the end, got into a bit of a tangle, I'm afraid. from Medeiros' point of view.
Out.
Missed that one, trying to be a little bit more coy, wasn't he? So 8-4. Brazilians haven't won any set of the 4 serves yet. They need to take at least 3 off Balázs Katz now, you would think. Well, a good point. They need a few more of those. It's an interesting semi-final victory for them, not least the sheer wow factor of beating Warovic and Mitro, but the fact that they're probably the 2 best heading teams in the sport right now. How they generate is fantastic. Not so fantastic the serving from Balázs Katz, the percussion accompaniment to the missed first serve made me smile. Quite away from the table there, so play the cautious approach, which the Thai players don't tend to do. It worked on that occasion, but it only delayed the hit from Banyik. Well, not the drama, not the excitement, still a lot of big hitting. The crowd not as into this one as they were for the Thai victory, and the Brazilian contingent strangely silent. I think they'll be pretty noisy for the next final to come. We'll just have a minute's delay before this one resumes because a timeout has been called, and it needed to be. Rodrigo Bento, Medeiros and Mateus Ferraz need to sort things out. Already had gold for Brazil yesterday in the singles. And little Rafaela Montes was just imperious, just magnificent. Smiles in the Hungarian camp, not so in the Brazilian quarters. Looking very much here as though Europe will get one over South America in this head-to-head. Glum faces. Banyik and Katz have the highest point differential per match as well. They boast an average of victory by 13 points a match. And right now, they've got a 12-point margin. Won the first set by 8. And they are 9-5 up when the timeout was called by the Brazilians. Will it change anything? We can wait and see. One more final to come. The mixed doubles, always a real highlight. As I said, Brazilian action in that. And it starts very evenly matched, you would think, between the experience of Leonardo Lindoso and Vania Marais. But they're up against the irrepressible Thais, Subawadi Wong Hum Chan and Pakpong Dijaun. Fault from Balázs Katz.
Second serve.
Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Just 2 points from victory. It's the last of his group of 4 serves. Good header causes the Hungarians problems. Katz tried to do the impossible, but it was beyond him. 10-6. Haven't had an astounding comeback quite often. Once or twice during a week's competition, you will see teams come back from almost irretrievable positions. Once you get a roll on, the confidence and nervousness can really get the better of some teams. Katz trying to put the set almost to bed. Gets one of the 2 points needed. They look almost untroubled here. So a set-up, and now championship points for the team from Hungary. They've been very workmanlike, not quite as spectacular, but now you saw the reaction to a missed serve there. They feel they can win every second serve. Chaba receiving. Last chance saloon for Team Brazil in the men's doubles. Katz for glory, Katz for goal. Brilliant recovery from the Brazilians. Now Chaba will fancy his chances, but he can't get it back over. Balázs Katz denied after a very good hit, but super defending from Bento, Medeiros and Ferraz. But they still have many more opportunities. 5 of them in all. Another first serve missed. So this one's likely to be coming back with added power.
Second service.
Can't afford to miss, first of all. Still match points. Katz sets himself up again, goes shorter this time. Brazilians have a chance here. Good header. Oh, it's a legal attack. Well, the world champions have been declared by a fault. Didn't seem absolutely evident to me initially, but the referee spotted it, and it is goal again for Banyik. A first World Championship mantle for Katz. Hey, we've got to play on that again yet, guys. Take it easy. Don't do yourself an injury. Their day might be over and finishing in style, but it isn't for the tournament. One more match to come. But salute the 29-year-old Banyik and his partner, Katz, 25. For Banyik, a third World Championship crown. Another men's doubles title to add to the one he got in 2019 with Adam Blažević. And joy on the faces of the Hungarians. So 2 of the 3 finals, 3 countries represented in the finals.